Hey guys, welcome to the Field of 68 YouTube channel. If you like what you see here, hit that subscribe button and you'll get more college basketball content just like this.
And Norlander, since you are our guest, I'm going to go to you first because I am polite, unlike some people here.
I'm very polite.
Are you? First of all, what we don't know, we don't have an update on Jalen Williams. Pearl did not sound very optimistic, but he said they have to get him into the into an MRI. So it doesn't.
He said it's going to be an extended period of time. This isn't. Listen, if he comes back this season with the way Bruce was sounding, I think we'd all be surprised.
I agree with that. With how Bruce was leaning with that, if it is not season ending, it will be good news for Auburn. He's obviously their second best player. But you were about to tee me up until he interrupted you.
Yeah,
so
I'm just. What is this? Does this tell you anything about Auburn, or is this just Kentucky coming in, living up to their hype and having one of those moments that Kentucky teams can have?
I think it's an indictment on Auburn that you allow a Kentucky team that had been suspect defensively to come into your place where you had not lost in 16 games, hadn't lost the season at all. And after you had just like, they're coming off a 40 piece of South Carolina, like aberrationally good, no doubt about it. And you just almost wonder if they, they just got too into themselves after that kind of game, thinking they would be able to run Kentucky here. And that just was not the case whatsoever. They were also, and I talked with Bruce a little bit earlier in the day, and he admitted, listen, Kentucky's 5 versus our 5. Like, they've got all this talent, their size. We're going to need to be able to go deep and try and get them to get out in a game where they're going to run and force them into turnovers. Didn't happen. I think Kentucky had 12 to Auburn's 11 there. So you could clearly see, Goodman mentioned it before about Auburn's guards. It remains an issue. Like, the trajectory of Katie Johnson's college career is fascinating. And he needs to be a more impactful player, and he's not. And
he can't shoot.
It's
Aiden Holloway can't shoot.
Yeah, I know, it's bad. It's a real problem there. Yeah. So if
the frustrating part of it is Aiden Holloway can shoot.
I know.
It's all in his head right now.
Yeah, he can shoot, but I mean, look, that's what freshmen are supposed to do. Like, they're supposed to come in and struggle a little bit. I say this all the time, but like, the aberration for what's going on with Kentucky is their freshmen, right? Justin Edwards is the norm. Rob Dillingham, Reed Shepherd, those guys, they're the ones where you should be saying, like, celebrating them. Anyway, sorry.
No, it's all good. I mean, 59 points on your home floor against a Kentucky team that going into the game was 102nd in defensive efficiency at KenPom. It just can't happen, and this is the kind of result where, if you really step back and look big picture, Pearl took this team to a Final Four in 2019. They got the banners and logos all over this place. You drop this kind of game after the Florida side swipe, it's reason for hesitation. On top of, like, if Jalen Williams isn't available, he's the second best player on the team.
That's bad.
So this is a rough night for the Tigers, no doubt about it.
Yeah. The one thing that I would add is I find it very interesting that Auburn, 4 days after scoring 100 points in this gym against a team that was tied for first place in the SEC, goes for 59. And Kentucky, the last time I saw them, they gave up 100 in their own building to Tennessee. We got 59 points out of Auburn tonight.
Yeah, I mean, I just think that's kind of life in college basketball for most teams this year, right? I mean, Auburn played their A game the other day. And really, if you look closely at Auburn's resume, it's not that good. It's really not that good.
They kind of are a metric starling.
They are.
They've overachieved.
Going into
They've overachieved this year. When you see them in person, you look at them and you're like, okay. And really, to be honest, I thought Bruce should have went to Janab Broom way more than he went in the post.
Well, you know what the
especially
problem
when Onyensu had 3 fouls.
The hard part about going to a big guy is you got to have guards that can get the ball to the big guy. And to me, that's kind of what the situation was.
Like, it shouldn't be that hard. He had guys sealed. He had guys sealed, and they looked at him and they didn't get him the ball.
There were
and then when they did
the problem is when you have a guy sealing, and I'm out here, and DJ Wagner has forced Trey Donaldson 30 feet away from the basket, and he's pressuring him, and you're dribbling like this.
Sure.
Like, that is a hard pass
to make.
So
but there were times when that wasn't the case, and they missed.
I'm willing to give more of that credit to Kentucky defensively.
One last thing from me. I just think that Auburn would have played better. They would have looked better if they were in orange tonight. That's what I thought.
Yeah, I mean, we all look good in orange. I mean, let's face it.
Thank you for watching the Field of 68. If you've enjoyed what you've seen here, hit that like button, share this link with your friends, or check out the description for some other places that you can consume Field of 68 content.